You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? Yeah, thank you for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic football Friday, but first what we got to do is bring it back. Bring it back one more time.
Just one more time, Shorty.
And oh boy, we're going to have some fun today, as we do every single day right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, the Doug Stewart Show. It's a fantastic, freaky, funny football Friday. Thank you for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. What up to all of the Stewies?
What's upper?
Shouts out to Mocha Bella, Texas Ty, my nephew Quincy watching on Periscope and listening to the show. What up, Gerald? What up, St. Louis? Jungle Brother, Vern from Jersey, Rail Scott, Juan Cruz. What up, what up, what up? Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. It's going to be real fun today, man. You see the, I had to stop and laugh to myself. Now listen, man, listen. I had to stop and laugh to myself when I reread the title of the show. And the title of the show is Tiger Pitchfork, stick it in his ass again, 2. That's not exactly what it is. It's Tiger Pitchfork, stick in ass 2. I did a episode, it's been, I guess, last season, when Tiger had evidently fallen apart and his game had fallen off, and it was called Stick a Pitchfork in Tiger's Ass because he's done. And you saw what happened yesterday. And I'm almost thinking that I'm gonna call my brother, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Wait. Just let me get it out. Just let me say it first. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Well, first, let me throw out this disclaimer before I even move any further with this Tiger Woods talk, because I don't want it to sound like I'm bashing Tiger or anything like that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But in this line of business, in effect, we talk about sports, we give opinions, we trash talk. I trash talk. I do a lot of trash talking. But then also we're prognosticators, okay? And we're quasi-analysts, and so we make these predictions, and, we want our predictions to be right. Now, as much as I love Tiger Woods, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, as much as I love Tiger Woods, I was on record probably, 3 years ago in saying that Tiger Woods would not pass Jack Nicklaus as far as majors. I'm on record because I just think his head's screwed up right now. He's a different dude after the whole thing that happened with his wife, Elin. That was 5 years ago. And in golf, it's all mental, man, and it's having strong nerves and being tough under pressure. And Tiger just has lost that whole edge to himself. He has. And so yesterday at the U.S. Open, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I didn't even mean to get into all of this to this depth right now. But yesterday at the U.S. Open, you saw what happened. The man shot 80. I've shot 80 before. Yeah, me. I've shot 80 before 3 times, I believe. And every single time, like clockwork, I have an opportunity to actually break 80 and shoot like 78 or something like that. But the last hole, every time I'm playing the best golf of my life, I just fall apart and I double or I triple bogey on the last hole. And in effect, what Tiger Woods is doing right now is doubling and triple bogeying on every single damn hole almost. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see because, once again, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, once again, Tiger Woods has meant so much to the game of golf. He's brought so many new people to the sport, made it kind of exciting, like myself. I mean, Tiger's one of the main reasons, or probably the main reason that I took up the sport and played as much as I do. But I made a prognostication that I hope I'm wrong about. I hope that I'm wrong about, but I don't think I am going to be wrong about it. So I'm contemplating calling my brother up and just asking him what he thinks about this. If you remember, we had him on a couple of weeks ago, and he basically swore his allegiance to Tiger Woods and saying that you're crazy, he's young, he's going to beat Jack, the majors or whatever, this, that, and the other. Just he stood fast with this guy, Tiger Woods. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you believe that, that's fine. I just don't think that that's going to happen. I just don't think that that's going to happen. The man shot 85 around the last tournament he played in, and the man shot 80 yesterday. And if you're not someone that's familiar with golf or whatever, 85 for a professional golfer is horrible. I mean, it's horrible. They rarely shoot over, 73? One over par. And so it's bad. It's bad. The man is 15 strokes behind the leader. I know. Boo. I agree with you, studio audience. The man is freaking 15 strokes behind the leaders. I mean, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, man? I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably going to call my brother up. I'm sure he's probably going to ignore and screen my calls and not answer because he'll probably know what I'm going to call him and talk about. But we'll see. All right, so stay tuned for that. We're also going to talk about this war or this story out about LeBron James and the disrespect they're calling it for David Blatt. I think it might be something different than the way they're portraying it in mainstream media. I think it might be something a little bit different that nobody else is talking about. But I'll talk about it on the Doug Stewart Show because that's what I do, is I talk about the things that they don't want to talk about and keep it real. So we'll talk about that. A prominent name in sports is at a crossroads in his sports career. We'll talk about that. Sean Marion, the Matrix man, confirmed something that he said earlier this year. We'll talk about that as well. And in honor of, and people following me on Periscope, they already heard this, in honor of, because we might not get the chance to do it again for another 40 years, in honor of the Golden State Warriors in the city of Oakland today on a funky, free-for-all, fantastic football Friday, we're going to talk about the top 5 Oakland people of all times. Yes, sir. And so that's going to be fun. So the top 5 Oakland people of all time is what we're going to talk about today on the Doug Stewart Show. What are your thoughts on that? You can hit me on the chat line in Spreaker on Spreaker.com. And also follow the show. Hit the little follow button on Spreaker, as well as download the Doug Stewart Show app. But once you follow the show on Spreaker, there's a little chat bubble. You click on that little chat bubble, and bam, you're opened up to a whole new world of chat and fun. I call it Fantasy Island. That's right. And I call its inhabitants the Stewies. Yes, sir. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room, man. So I read a lot of chat. We talk about some birthdays at some point throughout the show. And then we're going to have fun once again with that Oakland people. And Oakland people are the craziest, to quote a famous rapper. Yeah, so we'll have some fun with that today as well. The number to the show, though, you can still do it old school style where you call up the show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this Tiger thing, man. It's very depressing, and I hated to start the show off in that fashion, but you can stick a pitchfork in Tiger's ass, man. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he had a great run. Whoa. Wait a minute. I don't want you to misunderstand me. The man had a tremendous run, but all good things come to an end. Mother Nature, Father Time, them as a duo, they will eventually win. They will. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. I just want to make sure and set the record straight. You know, I know Tiger got followers, you know, crazy fans, like, you know, worse than Creflo Dollar. And so you get kind of crazy when you talk, quote unquote, negatively about Tiger Woods. I love Tiger. I love Tiger just as much as the next man. But he's done. He's done. When we get back, I mean, I'm going to throw this question out there, man. Does Tiger just walk away from the game? I mean, I don't know. I think his pride might tell him just to walk away from the damn game. Is that not going to happen? Do you think he's going to get it back? All right, we'll talk about it when we get back, all right? Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it, and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. I might make this my new theme song. Yeah! Fantastic Football Friday. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Top 5 Oakland people of all times. In honor of the Golden State Warriors winning the championship the other day. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. So once again, top 5 Oakland people of all time, as well as getting into this conversation about Tiger Woods at the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay, which, by the way, if you're a golfer, man, what are your thoughts about this course? Me and my brother had a little back and forth yesterday with one of our homeboys on Facebook, and I said that the course looks like a freaking British Open out there with all of the miscolored grass, dying grass or whatever. The greens look kind of fuzzy to me. So it's just not what I'm used to or what you're used to in seeing a major tournament here in this country. It looks definitely like the British Open, like Carnoustie or one of those courses over there that they played in the last couple of years. Like a links-type course. No trees. I think they said there's one tree on the entire course. So just a very strange look for the U.S. Open this year. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The big news, obviously, is Tiger Woods, man. He's, I think, 15 strokes behind right now. Shot an 80 yesterday. He shot a 85 in his last tournament. And so the question is once again, whenever this happens, do you think Tiger Woods is done? So I'm getting your thoughts on that, as well as talking about the top 5 Oakland people of all times. In life, though, good and bad things happen, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. Did y'all know that 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place as far as insurance, life insurance? So that's not a good thing. So what I've done is put my trust in the hands of the largest and number 1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. If you're a parent, a husband, a wife, and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Once again, that's 678-439-7172, and make sure and tell him that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right? So let me quickly read a couple of messages from this chat from my man Busa and talking about Tiger Woods. He says, Tiger ain't been right since he got his ass beat with that golf club. I mentioned that earlier. From Dat Doc 12, Bump Tiger, woo. Tiger woo, Tiger woo. From J Rob says, man, Tiger may need to just take a whole golf season off. Yeah, but but if you do that, if he takes a whole season off, and this is the dilemma, if he takes a whole season off and kind of walks away from the game like everybody is intimating to, then that rust factor is going to come in, right? The rust factor is going to come in at that point. So, I mean, I think he's screwed if he does. He's screwed if he doesn't. From Eddie Mo 2.0, Doug, it's your time to battle Tiger Shorty. I believe in you, Doug. Laugh out loud. The man shot an 85 yesterday, or an 80 yesterday. He shot an 85 a couple weeks ago, but he shot an 80 yesterday. I've shot an 80 in my life. And once again, I mentioned it earlier, so I think I could take on Tiger right now. From J. Rob, man, an amateur at 15 years old, I believe, is beating Tiger and Fowler. Wow, Ricky Fowler struggling too as well. The leaderboard right now, I mean, and this is another problem. This is another problem with, the whole concept or the whole notion that Tiger Woods is going to get back on this run like he had 15 years ago. Is look at the guys at the top of the leaderboard. These guys are some beasts. They are. When you talk about Henrik Stenson, Dustin Johnson, who was leading for much of the way yesterday, is tied for first right now. Matt Kuchar, Jason Duffner, Jason Day. These cats ain't scared of Tiger no more. Physical fitness has become a bigger part. And I say this, I'm like a broken record every time we do this. Big thing. These cats ain't scared of Tiger Woods no more. Fitness is a big part of the game, much more so than it was when Tiger first came into the game. When Tiger first came into the game, he's the guy that in effect brought a fitness and an athletic standpoint to playing golf. I mean, that's what everybody tells me that's been following the game forever. And that's true. These guys are taking their fitness much more serious. They got better equipment, and they ain't scared. It's that whole invincibility thing that Mike Tyson had before he got his ass knocked out by Buster Douglas. And Tiger's lost that, man. He's totally lost that. From Scotty, Tiger's more focused with his image and Newtsy than fixing his golf game. D. Rivers, haven't watched golf since the babysitter wife beat that Tiger with a club. Beat that Tiger. Miss Mocabella, Periscope is the ish. Love the pregame show from Doug. Thank you, Miss Mocabella. I appreciate it. I'm going to crank back up the Periscope at some time throughout today's show. So, follow me on Periscope. From J. Rob, Tiger may not make the cut. Oh, you think? You think he may not make the cut? Not sure what the cut line is, but Tiger better have one of his best rounds on a very difficult course. And by the way, I'm kind of feeling this live golf in the evening. Yeah, I like that. The course, Chambers Bay, is in Washington. I think the University Place, Washington. So, yeah, Tiger didn't tee off yesterday till about 5:30. That was fantastic. That was great. So you got to do all your running around because most of the time these guys tee off on the East Coast. And so Tiger's teeing off at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, or 11 o'clock, something like that. So yesterday was cool just to see, Tiger Woods go off from the first tee. So I thought that was a real cool thing as well. From Scotty, if you think Jordan and Kobe always listen to their coaches, you're simply not paying attention. I agree. I'm going to talk about that whole story about LeBron James emasculating his coach. That's the way they're terming it. Uncle Mike says the Cavs would have hired Blatt if LeBron had given them an inkling he was going to sign with them. That's a very good point. We'll talk about that in the next segment. From D. Rivers, Oakland peeps off the top, Short Dog, Hammer, and Sheila E. Ooh, I like your list. Speaking of which, number 5 on my list of top 5 Oakland people of all times, and I kind of did my list for these top 5 Oakland people of all time, for people that rep Oakland to the fullest. Like they're always talking about Oakland this, they're always talking about Oakland that. They're very prominent as far as their brand and their name and whatever field spectrum that they are in, sports, entertainment, or what have you. So number 5 on my list is a guy that's always repping Oakland. Some would say too much, is the great Marshawn Lynch, running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Marshawn always talking Oakland. That was my Marshawn Lynch impersonation. So Marshawn Lynch comes in at number 5 on my list of top 5 Oakland people of all times. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I didn't mention it in the first segment, but you know what it is. It's Friday, so it's BPA time. Boiled Peanuts Award times. Now, let me say this first. We got into this conversation before the show started on Periscope, and people watching me on Periscope was checking out the conversation me and Tree had earlier. But obviously, the mass murder that occurred in Charleston on yesterday, People wanted to put the killer, what's his name, Dylan Foote, on the Boyle Peanuts Awards list, and I feel some type of way about that. Like, I almost feel like I don't want to put something so heinous and so serious on this trivial list. And in relative terms, this is fun, and I just think that'd be too trivial to put, something dealing with that guy on this list where we're trying to have a good time. We're talking about sports for the most part. It needs to kind of be like light-hearted in effect. I don't want to get that serious with this list. We're talking about athletes, entertainers for the most part. Once in a while, we'll put Eddie Long in there because he clowns himself. Well, I'm not Eddie Long. I'm sorry. I apologize to the great Eddie Long about Creflo Dollar. But I didn't want to go ahead and put that guy on this list because I just, that's way too serious for this and this platform, what we're talking about right now. So today, your top or your nominees for the Boyle Peanuts Award, which in effect for new listeners is a Buster of the Week award. Your nominees are Tiger Woods for shooting the 80 yesterday at the U.S. Open. That was a late entry. The chick Rachel Dolezal, who claimed to be black and was leading the NAACP chapter out there in Washington. Washington has been in the news a couple times this week. The Clippers for that horrible, horrible logo that they just came out with, the new logo for the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, but they're used to doing stupid and bad things. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Clippers are on the list. And once again, man, I think for the 9th week running, man, the Tree of Life, our own Tree, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. And Tree, can you jump on the microphone here for a second?
Hello.
Good morning. You've been nominated so many times, and it just seems like second nature now, that I can't even remember what you were nominated for. Can you refresh my memory on what you were nominated for?
Yes, let me help you. Nothing.
Say
breathing.
What? No, you were.
Nothing and breathing.
No, you were nominated, and as a matter of fact, the day that we nominated you, you got a star within like 2 minutes of getting nominated. You remember that? You do remember that, Tree. Let's be honest about this.
I'm sure I was trying to lift you up and help you look better, sound better, be better. But yeah, for breathing.
Let's be a good sport about this. You were nominated for some type of indiscretion. I don't remember what it was, and somebody nominated you. Maybe it was me. I don't know. I can't remember. And then within a minute later, you got a star because of something else you did. So I'm hoping. I'm going to be real with the people out there. And there's always this thought that, we're doing something with this poll or whatever. So we actually set up a live poll where people can go and vote on the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group on Facebook. So the numbers don't lie. But I actually hope that you don't win, Tree.
I was about to say, you better tread lightly with your hopes today.
Yeah. I hope you don't win.
Oh, are you saying that other times you hope that I did win?
No, I'm actually just going on the record with that whole notion, just letting you know,
Gotcha.
Where my support lies.
Okay.
Obviously, and I've said it many, many times before, without you, there'd probably be no show. So, of course not. I hope you don't win the Boyle Peanuts Award this week, Tree. I hope you don't. Now, a lot of other people, I don't know why, but it's almost like their life's mission to vote you in as a Boyle Peanuts winner. I don't know why. I don't know what you did to them.
Yeah, that's just strange. Like, there's so much other things going on in the world.
I agree.
But hey, to be loved.
All right. When we get back from the break, man, I'll talk about number 4 on my list of top 5 Oakland people of all times. And we're also going to talk about LeBron James and David Blatt. A beef exposed. Yeah, so don't go away. You don't want to miss that. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, What I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. June 19th, 2015. Thank you for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. And it is a fantastic football Friday. Hey, man, please, if you can, find it deep in your heart. Donate to the Doug Stewart Show, man. I always tell people to tip their waiter. So if you go into a restaurant and you get great service by the waiter, what do? You tip them. You tip them 15%. I'm not even asking you to tip, and you don't get nothing back for your money. In effect, you're buying something. You're buying a great product. If you donate $20 or more to the Doug Stewart Show at thedougstewartshow.com, we will send you your very own official first-run collector's item, the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. That's right, $20 or more. Real simple, man. And once again, we put on this show for 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And clearly you're having a good time looking at the amount of people that listen to the show and interact. It's kind of like a family. So help family out at the same time. Help family out, man, and help promote independent radio, man, in realness. So that's the DougStewartShow.com. Click on the donate button, and $20 or more, we'll send you a Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. Anything under that, man, we'll also send you another gift that we have in our inventory as well. So that's the DougStewartShow.com. Donate. We really do appreciate it. In all honesty. So we're going to talk about this LeBron thing here in a second. We got the Boy Penis Award coming up a little bit later, and we're also talking about the top 5 Oakland people of all time. Coming in at number 5 on my list was the great Marshawn Lynch, and coming in at number 4 is... Yes, sir, the great Keisha Cole. I love me some Keisha Cole. bad I don't know the words. But if I knew the words, trust me, I would sing. I would sing. All right, so coming in number 4 on my list is Keisha Cole. And if you remember me over the years past talking about the great Keisha Cole, I have some type of infatuation with this chick, man. I mean, it's something about her. I'm happily married and not everything, but I mean, this Keisha Cole chick, man, I don't know what it is about her. I don't know if it's her personality or what, her little sharp-witted tongue. I mean, her cuteness or whatever. I used to like her more back in the day when she had the little short haircut. Like, I don't like when you put in all of this weave. I'm just not a big weave guy, and that's what she's rocking right now. But, yeah, I really do love me some Keisha Cole. So coming in number 4 on the list of Oakland people is the great Keisha Cole. Yes, sir. So in a column on ESPN, Mark Stein talks about the relationship between LeBron James and David Blatt, the head coach. Here are a couple of excerpts from said interview. He says, I saw it from close range in my role as a sideline reporter through the finals for ESPN Radio. LeBron essentially calling timeouts and making substitutions. LeBron openly barking at Blatt after the decisions he didn't like. LeBron huddling frequently with Tyronn Lue and so often looking at anyone other than Blatt. You remember I mentioned that a couple of days ago, how I noticed how LeBron, whenever David Blatt's talking, LeBron doesn't even look at him. There was a LeBron, this is back from the story, there was a LeBron in one instance I witnessed from right behind the bench, shaking his head vociferously in protest after one play Blatt drew up in the third quarter of the game, amounting to the loudest nonverbal scolding you could imagine, which forced Blatt in front of his whole team to wipe the board clean and draw up something else. How is any fellow Cavalier going to treat Blatt with something resembling reverence when LeBron treats him like a bench ornament in plain view? How can LeBron publicly laud his own leadership, as he so often does when setting that sort of tone? The otherworldly way LeBron played in the finals, shouldering a bigger load than any superstar we've seen in the championship stage and slowing the mighty Dubs like no one else could with his brain as much as his brawn, left little doubt that he's one of the 3 to 5 greatest individual forces this game has ever witnessed. Yet when folks question why it would dare suggest that he do this, they scratch their head. Now, let me say this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, on this whole David Blatt situation with LeBron James. Everybody is for some reason, I don't know why this is, and maybe there's politics behind it as well. And I always talk about the puppet factory and the politics of what happens there. But everybody's basically saying that LeBron is emasculating David Blatt, and why is he doing this? And they're kind of painting this, not kind of, Mark Stein is definitely painting it as LeBron's a bad guy and he should have more respect for David Blatt because he's the head coach. First of all, this happens all the time, maybe not to this degree, but this happens all the time. You remember Magic Johnson, and this is the most famous example that you can come up with. Magic Johnson, in effect, got Paul Westhead fired from the Los Angeles Lakers. They brought in Pat Riley, and the rest is history. You've heard rumblings of this type of thing happening all the time. There was some question marks about, Michael Jordan and his relationship with Doug Collins in Chicago. They brought in, once again, Pat Riley, or not Pat Riley, Phil Jackson to that team, and the rest is history with that. First of all, this happens all the time. Maybe, once again, not to the degree of what this story and Mark Stein is claiming. But think about this for a second. Maybe David Blatt is an idiot. Now listen, I don't know David Blatt from Adam's house cat. I said it the other day that I didn't think he would be fired because how can you fire a guy that takes you to the NBA Finals with all the issues that they have? So I don't know, how great of a coach he is. I don't know, how good he is at doing his job. I don't know. I do know this. LeBron James knows about basketball. LeBron James is in a practice with David Blatt every day, takes the team bus with David Blatt every day, is on air flights with David Blatt, every other day or whatever. LeBron's around David Blatt much more than we are. Why would we automatically say, in this case with Mark Stein, that LeBron James is wrong and not know definitively that David Blatt just doesn't know what the hell he's doing? That he's inept, that he's an idiot, that he's over his head. Why would we not think that? Why would we automatically think and try to bump for, in effect, David Blatt? That makes no sense. I mean, LeBron James' career shows, once again, that he knows what he's doing in basketball. LeBron James has been around coaches his entire life. Maybe LeBron figured out very quickly that David Blatt is simply over his head. Remember, they hired him before LeBron agreed to come back to Cleveland. So LeBron rolls up in there the first day, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He rolls up in there in the first day, and David Blatt isn't an NBA pedigree coach. He's been coaching overseas forever. And maybe LeBron has, some feelings and feels some type of way about this guy already seeing his resume. And maybe David Blatt does some stupid things, some things that weren't normally done in the NBA in LeBron's experience. And LeBron quickly determines that this guy is once again over his head. I mean, shouldn't we consider that as well? You've been in situations before where you worked with somebody that was inept, that didn't know what they were doing, that you figured in your mind that this person was a buffoon or an idiot. You've worked with people like that before. You've even, from a sports angle, you played with guys before that had their job or got their job not to your liking, not to your teammates' liking, but because of politics or whatever reason, they got the starting job. I tell this story all the time, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. When I was in high school, my senior year of high school, the head coach, I'm not even going to mention their names, God bless the dead, Coach Gerald Moody. Coach Moody's grandson was actually named the starting quarterback for my team my senior year in high school. Okay, now a little backstory on this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We had played Little League football together as a group from the age of 7 throughout Little League, Small Fry, Bantam, varsity, junior varsity, and we get to our senior year in high school, and my homeboy Darryl Frazier was the quarterback all throughout our lives and did great. We had a great record when we were in JV, and lo and behold, we get to our senior year, and the head coach starts his grandson at quarterback. And we're looking around, scratching our head, and nothing was said about it. Nobody did anything. Nobody marched. Nobody boycotted or anything like that. And so this kid, and he's a good dude. He's a good dude, but he had never played football in his life. Never, as far as we knew. He never played Little League. He never played JV. And my senior year in high school, the coach starts his grandson at quarterback. And so we felt some type of way about it. And not that he was, just a bum, but he wasn't good. He was young. He was inexperienced. He didn't know what he was doing. So we as a team, we felt some type of way about that. And all I'm saying to all these people out here, it seems like everybody in the media is coming down on LeBron for how he treats David Blatt with no respect, it is what it is. He might not know what the hell he's doing. The same way we felt that this kid, Chris, I shouldn't have said his name, but this kid, Chris, the quarterback of my team, my senior year of high school, wasn't experienced enough. He wasn't ready to start in varsity at a 5A school, at a 4A school at that time. Probably is the same way LeBron feels right now, man. How do we know LeBron, on his own free will and accord, isn't the sole reason that the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't make it to the NBA Finals? They may have made it to the finals, even with the injuries, despite David Blatt. As far as we know, he might be an idiot. Maybe LeBron might think that he doesn't know what he's doing because maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. Huh? I just think you got to give him the benefit of the doubt as opposed to everybody else in the media just crushing this guy. We don't know. We aren't there every single day, once again, at all the practices, at the games, being able to observe David Blatt's coaching style, his experience, the plays that he calls, and the effectiveness of said plays that he calls. We do not know. So to try to paint LeBron James in a bad light, I think is wrong. Now, could some of the responsibility be placed on LeBron? May he have been overdoing it? Maybe he should give David Blatt more of a chance. Maybe. We don't know. But to just assume that LeBron is wrong for the way that he conducted himself and treated David Blatt, a guy that has no experience in the NBA, I think it's ridiculous. It's as simple as that. I think that's ridiculous. It is. And they are killing this kid. They are killing LeBron about his treatment of David Blatt. David Blatt's going to be a darn trivia question in 5 years probably. He's probably going to be, having cocktails with Matthew Dellavedova at some point. Very soon. What do you mean? Get out of here with that. What are your thoughts on my thoughts? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. If you read this article, man, he is in effect saying, how dare you, and I'm talking about Mark Stein, how dare you, LeBron, treat your head coach like this? Huh? First of all, LeBron is the damn head coach. He's the head coach, he's the GM, he's the president. Let's be real. LeBron James makes all the damn decisions, not only for this organization and that team, but probably everything else that goes on in the city of Cleveland. You think LeBron James couldn't be mayor of Cleveland right now if he didn't want to? So let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. More up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you. So they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, funny, freaky Football Friday. We're going to talk a little bit of football here in a second. Stay tuned. Boyle Peanuts Award coming up a little bit later. Your nominees are the Tree of Life, Tiger Woods, Rachel Dolezal, and the Los Angeles Clippers' new uniform. We'll do that a little bit later. And also we're talking about the top 5 Oakland people of all time, shorty. So stay tuned for that as well. Just, I guess you call a little diatribe I just had just now about LeBron James being called out as disrespecting his head coach. So what are your thoughts on that? Hit me on the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com, as well as you can email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room being totally interactive. Let me do some birthdays here. Who do we got? Today, the great Dirk Nowitzki is 37 years old. Happy birthday to Dirk. 7-foot scoring machine. You know who Dirk is. Dallas Mavericks. So we interviewed Dirk Nowitzki at the All-Star game that was in Vegas, the NBA All-Star game in Vegas, 6-7 years ago. And he looks really freaky. I mean, he is so tall and skinny and lanky, man. Dirk Nowitzki, to me, looks like, 7'2" or something like that, man, and probably 190 pounds. His damn belt buckle came up to my nose, which was very uncomfortable. But Dirk Nowitzki, man, 37 years old today. Happy birthday to him. The great Felicia Rashad is 67 years old. Wow. Felicia Rashad, a.k.a. Claire Huxtable, 67 years old. Whenever I see Felicia Rashad, she reminds me of my mother. I mean, they look like they could be sisters. If you've ever, I posted pictures on my Facebook or whatever of my mother. They look like they could be sisters. Her, Debbie Allen, and Felicia Rashad. So she's 67 today. Maybe at some point next week, and we probably could have done this today, but I'm having a lot of fun with this Oakland topic, top 5. Maybe next week we'll do top 5 TV moms of all times. I don't think we've done that on the show. And definitely Felicia Rashad, a.k.a. Claire Huxtable, would be in that list. Paula Abdul, the great Paula Abdul, is 53 years old. Still looking fine as white wine at 53. Y'all notice how, 53-year-old people don't look like they did when we were growing up? And I'm talking to people that are, in my age bracket. I'm in my mid-40s. I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years. But back when I was growing up, like grandma was always used to have on a house coat, flip-flops, and, their hair and rollers or something like that. And my grandmama, she'd be cussing and, breastises hanging out. I mean, but grandmamas don't look like that anymore. Grandmamas look more and more like Paula Abdul. Tree, jump on here for a second, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. What do you think about that whole thought about these grandmothers today? Grandmothers don't look like they did back when we were growing up. Tree, he's not paying attention to me. So grandmothers just don't look like they used to back in the day. Zoe Saldana, 37 years old, actor. Avatar, Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Trek. She a little cutie pie, too. Not cute like Keisha Cole, but she can get it. So happy birthday to all of those people today from the Doug Stewart Show. All right, let me read some of your chat here talking about Tiger Woods, the David Blatt, and the LeBron James quote-unquote feud. In a column by Mark Stein yesterday has everybody in America talking about that. From Doug. Doug, either you lying about not hating on Tiger or you're naive. Jack Nicklaus won a major in his late 40s. I'm not saying Tiger Woods. I never said Tiger Woods wouldn't win a major, maybe one, but he will not pass Jack Nicklaus, Jungle. He is not going to get 5 more majors. He is not. I'd be very surprised if he got one more. But he is not going to pass Jack Nicklaus as far as 5 majors. Do I wish Tiger Woods gets 5 majors? Of course I do. Don't get it twisted. But I got to keep it real. When I do this show and I give you these opinions, I give you real opinions. So the question when you talk about Tiger Woods is, will he pass Jack Nicklaus or not? Do you think he's done in relative terms to comparison as far as competing or not? I don't think so. He has not been competing in these golf tournaments and these majors over the last couple of years. What? I mean, just put your fandom to the side. To people that think that Tiger Woods is going to come back and make this miraculous comeback, this, that, and the other. I hope so. Let's make sure we understand each other. I hope so. I hope that I come in here one day and I say, you know what, man? This is probably the most wrong I've ever been about a sports topic in my life. But you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm happy that Tiger Woods is competitive again. But when giving a real honest opinion about Tiger Woods in his golf game right now, he absolutely sucks. I could have beat Tiger yesterday. I could have beat him. And that's just real. From J. Rob. This course is off the chain, challenging. You have to take their stairs to get out of the sand traps. A train running through the course about 60 times a day. Oh, yeah, that was another freaky thing. It's the whole train thing. Okay, if you didn't watch any of this yesterday at Chambers Bay out in Washington, there's a freaking train track right by the golf course. Like, who does that? Like, I'm trying to figure out the politics behind how this course, and they said something about the course was actually built to host the U.S. Open like 10 years ago. Like, the course wasn't even around for a long time, like these traditional courses. But there's a freaking train running, in effect, through the golf course. And every other time they turn around, I guess it kind of gives it a little bit of uniqueness. But that's not what they're used to as far as pro golfers. Like, amateur golfers, hackers and scratchers, cats that play on the weekend. Sometimes we'll play at a course that the course isn't in the best shape, and, it's by an airport or something like that, like one of the many of the golf courses here in Atlanta. They're near Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. But that's usually not the case for most of these golf courses that these pros play on and that they have majors on. So I thought that was kind of cool as a kid that grew up liking trains. But at the same time, I was like, that's bad. That's real bootleg. You about to tee off and a damn train comes through. Miss Mocabella. We're still talking about Tiger. He ain't got it. Montana Jones. Who cares if LeBron don't like Blatt? MJ and Magic both got coaches fired. I mentioned that earlier. K3000. Raggedy-ass course looks like 50% sand and grass. That course just is not in good condition. I mentioned it earlier. It looks like one of those British Open courses, one of those links courses. From Andre Elam. Happy Father's Day to all of the Stewie fathers. Man, I second that. Happy birthday to all of the fathers, the Stewie fathers listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Happy Father's Day to you. You know we ain't getting nothing but a stinking tie probably, right? I mean, I read an article a couple of days ago, and they said how much less money is spent on fathers for Father's Day in comparison to mothers on Mother's Day, and it's very, very distressing. Like billions and billions of dollars less. I mean, you just daddy. You just daddy. But daddies are very important, man. So happy Father's Day to all of the fathers listening to the show. From Scotty, Keisha Cole with them tig old biddies. Yes, sir! Ooh, I love Keisha Cole. From J-Rob. Hopefully in all the struggle, this will make the next major or tournament win that much sweeter. The last major he won was 2008. Tiger Woods hadn't won a major in 7 years. I saw they mentioned that yesterday as well on the broadcast. The last tournament win was in 2013, Bridgestone, and he won 5 tourneys in 2013. So he didn't win any last year, and you know about all the injuries. I think he can win a few more tourneys. I'm back to J-Rob's comment now. On the stretch, his lead out of 79 tourney wins as far as a major, I'm starting to wonder. From Grego, Tiger can always fall back on a job at the PGA store or Golfsmith. Oh, yeah. I mean, easily. I mean, Tiger Woods doesn't need to work, first of all. But then if he wants to, I mean, he's still going to be a big name. From the great Chef Ivan, was behind Keisha Cole, the treadmill, and yoga pants at Lifetime Fitness on Sugarloaf a few years back. God is good. Yes, Lord. I know he was. Did you not have your camera phone? From Grego, top 5 from Oakland. He's got Keisha Cole, Raphael Sadiq, Gary Payton, GP, are you with me? Marshawn at number 2, and he's got MC Hammer at number 1. I like your list. That ninja, I really, really can't wait for football season. Wow. None of us can wait for football season, sir. Don't think you're the only one. Yes. None of us can wait for football season, man. But we're going to have to wait. It just bees like that sometimes. All right, when we get back from the break, man, hour number 2 of the show, the most fun, the fastest, the realest, the trillest, the most unfiltered sports talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Top 5 Oakland people of all time coming up on my list will be number 3, so stay tuned for that. We got the Boyle Peanuts Award coming up a little bit later. You can vote on Facebook at the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group for your Boyle Peanut winner. And we'll announce that a little bit later. When we get back from the break, man, Terrell Pryor is in the news. He's at a crossroads, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony up in this bitch. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. And tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster Doug, I see why you got kicked out of New Edition. Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing. Okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart?
Dirty Della. Oh, my God. Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh.
First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is hour number 2. And appreciate you joining me, man. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a lot of fun around here. Hey, man, you can donate to the Doug Stewart Show. Go to thedougstewartshow.com. $20 or more donation. We send you a T-shirt, your very own first run edition collector's item, Doug Stewart Show T-shirt. That's at the DougStewartShow.com. Just click on the little donate button, and we thank you very much for that, for your patronage. This segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2005, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events in sports and entertainment. The goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to see all of the great events in this country. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, give them a call at Ticket Liquidator at 855-638-3034. Once again, that's 855-638. Get it out, Dougie. 3034. And tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, top 5 Oakland people. We'll get back into the conversation here about LeBron James and David Blatt, as well as Tiger Woods. Do you think he's done or not? We have this conversation every single time Tiger goes out there and shoots a dud. Also, quickly, I'm going to tell you about we're going to talk quickly about Terrell Pryor. But we're doing top 5 Oakland people of all times, BPA coming up later. Number 5 on my list was the great Marshawn Lynch. Number 4 on my list was Keisha Cole. And number 3 on my list is... the great Digital Underground comes in at number 3 on my list. And I guess, more precisely, the great Shock G with the Humpty dance.
I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty.
So coming in at number 3 on my list of top 5 Oakland people, groups, things, or whatever, is the great Digital Underground. Straight Oakland. So we got 2 and 1 coming up. Stay tuned for that. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Terrell Pryor was released from the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday, on yesterday. And the reason I guess the studio audience booed is because if you've been following me and listening to my thoughts about Terrell Pryor, I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan, but I think he can play in the NFL. And I don't know what the situation is with him at quarterback and these different teams that he's played for. Man, he's played for probably 4 or 5 teams. Is it that many? Let's see. He played for Kansas City. I'm trying to look in the sky right now, that little think bubble. He played for Kansas City. He played for Oakland, obviously. He played for Seattle. That's 3. And then he just got cut by Cincinnati on yesterday. But, man, his skill level, I think that he could play in the NFL. But, obviously, I'm not there. Once again, like I was saying earlier about David Blatt and LeBron James, we aren't around Terrell Pryor, every time he goes to practice, and see some of the things that he does. I don't know his study habits or whatever in meetings, chalkboard, breakdown. I don't know. But there's something about Terrell Pryor that these coaches and these GMs and these teams feels like he can't play quarterback in the NFL. So he's come to a crossroads. And the crossroads is Terrell had his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, tell NFL teams on yesterday, I guess the minute after they told his ass to leave his playbook at the front desk, is that he's willing to move to wide receiver. Now, the guy's a phenomenal athlete. I always talk about how I went to a game at Ohio State a couple of years ago when Ohio State played Miami, and Terrell Pryor was the quarterback. And, he's big as a defensive end. I almost think he might have to play tight end. But his speed is so tremendous that he can't play wide receiver. But the dude is as big as a defensive end. He was bigger than a lot of defensive ends at that time. It was incredible how big he was, but how fast he was. And he's still relatively quick to be that size. So will he get a shot at wide receiver? I don't know. Phenomenal athlete. He was like the player of the year in basketball when he came out of high school as well. So dude is a tremendous athlete. And I guess at this point, after 4 shots at it, Terrell Pryor did the grown-up thing and says, listen, man, it is what it is. And I like those NFL checks, so whatever y'all want me to do, I'm willing to do it. And so I applaud him for that, man. Hopefully it works out for the brother. I'm a fan of his as well because I feel like that whole thing about the autographs or the jerseys, the memorabilia, whatever it was, man, was a crock of ish by the NCAA. I'm not a fan of the NCAA. So I'm wishing this guy success. He's obviously athletic enough, skill-wise, to play wide receiver in the league. The question is, will NFL teams give him the opportunity to do that? We will see. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Let me read more of that chat from Chef Ivan the Great. Worst setback for Oakland. MC Hammer dancing with Deion Sanders and MC Hammer KFC chicken commercial. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they always get a lot of flack about dancing on that chicken commercial. That's just not a good look. From Sandman, but we eat chicken too. From Sandman, Clint Eastwood. I didn't know Clint Eastwood was from the Bay Area. Marshawn Lynch, Jason Kidd, Bruce Lee. Stay tuned for my honorable mention list. A lot of people didn't realize it, but Bruce Lee is actually born in Oakland. I don't remember how the story goes, but he's actually not from China or wherever you think that Bruce Lee would be. But he's actually from Oakland, California. And number one, he's got the great Too Short. The problem with Too Short, though, and I'll talk about it more here in a second, Too Short isn't actually from Oakland. You feel me? Too Short is actually from L.A., but I think he moved to Oakland at a very young age. But definitely, Too Short definitely represents Oakland, California. But obviously, Too Short's coming up on my list here in a second. From Miss Mocha Bella, the Cleveland Cavaliers team should be on the BPA list. From D. Rivers, Rachel D. is proud to be black, y'all. Yes, she is. That's why she's on this boiled penis list. From Rel Scott, are we nominating white girl Rachel or black Rachel? That's pretty funny. From Casey, if Rachel Dalzell isn't against us, then she must be for us, right? Yeah, I guess. Niner for life. If the BPA is fun, why haven't Tree won it? What happened last week? Tree didn't win it last week. I mean, amazing as it sounds, she did not win it. You saw the voting. You can go back and look at it on the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. From Chef Ivan the Great, top 5, E40, Gary Payton, Short, Keisha Cole, Raphael Sadiq. That's the second vote for Raphael Sadiq. Miss Mocha Bella. Raphael Sadiq used to be with, and I don't think he is anymore, with Tony. You know, it never rains in Southern California. Miss Mocha Bella. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Oakland's finest. Fell Pay. Thank God you don't know the Keisha Cole words. What does that mean? Okay, let's just move on from that. From Jungle Brother, Larry Bird told Casey Jones just to give him the damn ball, F the play, know your history before you open your mouth. Exactly right. I guess he's talking about Mark Stein. The whole notion of a player-coach relationship that you should always respect the coach. I guess to a degree you should respect the coach, but especially in the NBA, that's not the case. There's probably not a sport, a bigger instance in sports like in basketball where a player is the biggest part of a team as opposed to the coach or anybody else. I mean, who was the story? Was it Magic Johnson or was it Pat Riley? I mean, Pat Riley was a story, but he wasn't Magic Johnson's story. Was it Michael Jordan or was it Phil Jackson? No, so it's always been like that in basketball, if you ask me. So this whole thing about LeBron and David Blatt, respecting David Blatt, get out of here with that. It seems that seems like something the Puppet Factory would do. It just does. And maybe David Blatt and Mark Stein are cool. You don't know the backstory. But I've never seen anybody just put a player on blast, especially a player like LeBron James on blast like Mark Stein has put this dude on, and where everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon with it, seemingly. That's the way it seems to me. From Detroit Matt, certain things are not for the public to know. From Leon, the thing is, Blatt may stay around because LeBron knows he can punk him and do whatever he wants. I think David Blatt's going to stay. And once again, I know I'm sounding very critical of David Blatt and saying the other side of the story that maybe he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, but I'm already on record. I mean, how can you fire the guy? I mean, I guess technically you can, but y'all made it to the NBA Finals. You made it all the way to Game 6. If the ball bounces the right way for you, you could have been up in that series 3-2. So it's not that bad, you know, from my perspective, from a fan's perspective. But LeBron is there every single day is the point, okay? And David Blatt might, in effect, be an idiot, okay? He might not know what the hell he's doing. He might not have great communication skills with NBA players. I think he won like 16 championships abroad. But that's abroad. That's not here. We do things different in America, Jack. Way different. And maybe it's just not a good fit. We don't know. Miss me with that, like the young people say. All right, when we get back from the break, man, all I'm going to do is read chat. I think I'm going to go ahead and crank up the Periscope as well. Maybe we'll wait in the Periscope. We'll do that a little bit later. But we'll get back into the top 5, and I think we'll go ahead and do the Boiled Peanuts Award too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give the Boiled Peanuts Award as well, all right? So it's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Penis tastes better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. P-nuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. P-nuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. P-nuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
It's that time of the week again. The Boiled Peanuts Award goes out to the Buster of the Week, the Donkey of the Week, whatever you want to call it. One of my favorite times of the week. Yes, sir. I love when we acknowledge your donkeyness. Yeah. So your nominees for the Boiled Peanuts Award this week are the Los Angeles Clippers for the new uniform. The Clippers just can't get right. They like that dude in that movie Life. They just can't get right. They come out with a new uniform, trying to start fresh, got new ownership or whatever, and the Clippers just seem like they cursed or something like that because they come out with something that's supposed to be fun and everybody's supposed to get down with it, and it's pretty stupid. So the Clippers are nominated. Rachel Dolezal, I think that's the way you pronounce that chick's name, the former head of the Washington, Spokane, Washington chapter of the NAACP. She been telling people she been black and wearing cornrows or whatever for like 10 years. Had everybody in America fooled. I don't even know. I mentioned this yesterday, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Part of me says that's kind of flattering. She likes black people so much she want to be black. But then the other part of me says, this black thing ain't as easy as you think it is. It's very disrespectful to people that have been black their entire life. I mean, being black is kind of hard. So something disrespectful about that whole situation. I just can't put my finger on it. Tiger Woods is nominated because, Tiger shot an 80 yesterday, man. And, who would have ever thought in their lifetime they'd see Tiger Woods shoot an 80, much less an 85 a couple of weeks ago. And then our own Tree of Life, man. Somehow she continues to do this, so she was nominated for just being Tree, I guess. I don't remember exactly what it was she did to get nominated. Yes, Tree.
I checked in on my day off or something like that.
That's what it was. It was her day off. I told her to take off. She had to go see a man about a couple of horses. And she called in raising hell about something I did wrong and this, that, like my mama or something like that. And then 5 minutes later, she was able to even garner a star. So she was nominated as well. So we have the actual voting up on the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. You can go take a look at it. But for the people that aren't in front of a computer, your winner of this week's Boiled Peanuts Award is... Okay, wait a minute. Let's get this correct one more time. Is this is a small operation here. The winner of this week's Boiled Peanuts Award is Tiger Woods. Overwhelmingly. So it looks like we got like 40-something votes in total. Tiger Woods got 48% of the votes. Tree got 6 or 18% of the votes, which is really good for Tree. Good for you, Tree. Once again, Tree evades the Boiled Peanuts Award.
Boom.
The Clippers uniform got 30% of the vote, actually coming in second. And the Rachel Dolezal chick got 3% of the vote. So there you have it, this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. Yes, sir.
Way to go, Tiger. Isn't that his second time?
Yeah.
And he came in on the back end of things. So, yay. Shout out to Tiger.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. The last second entry, Tiger Woods wins this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. 404-382 0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com, talking about the top 5 Oakland people of all time in honor of the Golden State Warriors winning this year's NBA championship. Tiger Woods, David Blatt, getting your thoughts on my thoughts on the whole David Blatt, LeBron James controversy. Sean Marion, man, confirms to the world that he is going to retire from the NBA after 16 years. The Matrix might have the coolest nickname in the world. And who was it? Stacey Augmon. Remember Stacey Augmon had the nickname the Plastic Man? He was Plastic Man. and because he was long and lanky and seems like his limbs were all over the place. And so I guess since Plastic Man was gone, I think Kenny Smith came up with the Matrix for Shawn Marion. He just moves in a Matrix type of way and had a great career, couple-time All-Star, 16 years once again, man. Something went on between him and David Blatt. I don't know if he winked at David Blatt's old lady or something like that, but the man didn't play a minute in the finals. I mean, a great player like that, obviously he's probably lost a step, but he ain't lost that many steps not to touch the floor, especially with the rotation they had going with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So definite head scratcher. He's done with all of that. Says he wants to spend time with his newborn son, which is very commendable. Happy Father's Day and great career to the great Shawn Marion, a.k.a. The Matrix. Some more of this chat here. Thank you for the chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room making the show totally interactive. You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show at thedougstewartshow.com. $20 or more, man. And we send you your own first-run edition of the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. They're almost gone. We're about to have to make a second order, and we're probably going to change what we have on the shirt a little bit in order number 2. So, yeah, go ahead and get your first-run edition, man. This is a collector's item, the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt on thedougstewartshow.com. Just click on the donate button. $20 or more, we send you a t-shirt. So more of your chat here from, who do we got? Chucktown Frank, my homeboy Chucktown Frank. Wow, the football story, that is consistent in the low country. They always want to start the sons and cousins and ruin the team. So I guess you experienced the same type of thing in your hometown, Chucktown Frank. But that, I don't think it's just a low country thing. The story I told earlier about my senior year of high school, my head coach, God bless the dead, love him to death, started his grandson at quarterback. Started his grandson at quarterback who had never played the sport before. Organized. He had never played organized football before, from what we could tell. And we roll up the first day of 2 days in August, and here comes Chris putting on his shoulder pads, and he's taking first-team snaps from day one. And nobody said a word. Now, this is back in 87, 86. So it was a different day of time, but nobody said a word. Like, you would think something like that, somebody would organize a boycott or something like that, or some type of, show some type of problem with it. But nobody said a word. And it was the freakiest thing ever. So I was kind of comparing that story to this situation with LeBron James. You probably, at the time, the way we treated him, you probably would have said we were disrespecting Chris. But if you knew the story, if you followed football back during that era and you knew the whole story behind the scenes, you knew that this thing was crazy and it was wrong. And so we don't know the story behind David Blatt and LeBron James and why LeBron James seemingly disrespects him. We just don't know. From Uncle Mike, I would agree with your LeBron theory. If they hadn't just lost in the finals, Blatt didn't take 2 weeks off the second month of the season to go to South Beach, let the man coach. I can't even understand the last word he's saying here. Yeah, I'm going to say one thing about that. We definitely don't know. And when LeBron took those 2 weeks off to go to South Beach, he came back and they started kicking ass. So LeBron, in effect, probably needed to take more damn vacations. Yeah, Detroit Matt. If you think it's okay for LeBron to publicly disrespect his coach, would you teach your kids to do the same? No. And then that's a good point that you make just now. Never said I didn't respect authority. What I'm saying is things happen and it is what it is. And we aren't behind the scenes. We don't know exactly what the relationship is. And I'll even add this to your point that you made, Detroit Matt, is in all honesty, I haven't really seen that much where LeBron James has disrespected, quote unquote, disrespected David Blatt. Outside of the whole situation where LeBron talked about in an interview that David Blatt called a play and he said, scratch it, no, we're doing this at the post-game press conference of whatever game that was. I haven't seen LeBron publicly disrespect David Blatt. Have you? No. I mentioned earlier how I could kind of notice that he doesn't look at David Blatt a lot of times, whereas historically in that situation, you see a guy looking at his coach intently. But outside of that, you haven't seen even Detroit Matt. You haven't seen LeBron James disrespect his coach in public. All right? That's kind of like the behind-the-scenes reporting from Mark Stein from Eugene Jackson. One thing David Blatt got right was bringing in Mozgov. I don't know if David Blatt did that. Did he do that? Or did David Griffin, the GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers, make that happen? That ninja player doesn't agree with his coach. This ish is historic. Wow. Exactly. And he's being sarcastically saying, Leon is different in the NBA. Unlike most sports, one player can make a major difference, which is why the NBA coaches must put up with highly talented players like LBJ. Exactly. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. This is nothing new, and we don't know what's going on. I mean, in fact, David Blatt might not know what the hell he's doing. I wish you could see me right now. I wish I was on Periscope right now. I'm doing my shoulders like Larry David. He might not know what he's doing. Yeah. So more on that. All I'm going to do is read chat when we get back from the break. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. Don't go away. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. And, man, I really appreciate you joining your boy. I mean, you could be doing anything in the world right now, but you're joining me on the Doug Stewart Show, and I really do appreciate that. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Go on my Twitter account at the Doug Stewart Show and retweet today's lucky tweet. It's your lucky numbers and a little kind of like a fortune on there, a sports fortune. So retweet that for your boy. I really would appreciate it. And pass the word and spread the love and the joy of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. So top 5 Oakland people of all times. And this was really a coin toss between these two people. As far as my 1 and 2, number 5, let's review. Number 5, I had Marshawn Lynch, Oakland's finest. Keisha Cole, the great Keisha Cole. Lord have mercy. Digital Underground at number 3 on my list. And coming in at number 2 of the top 5 Oakland people / groups / things of all time is... Yes, sir. We're just going to let this play. Kill him short. The great Too Short comes in at number 2 on my list of top 5 Oakland people of all time. Yes, sir.
I go on and on. Can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers. Strap 225,000 hours.
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
Get a calculator, do the math. I made 1,000 songs that made you...
That might be the greatest beat in the history of beats right there. Who was the producer on that? I absolutely love that.
Where you get your beats? I heard 93 rappers say like me. 2 singers and 10 comedians, and I'm still gonna yell it every time you see me in. What's my favorite word?
Bitch!
Why they gotta say it like short? You know they can't play.
All right, so coming in at number 2 on my list is the great Too Short. And once again, probably the only reason he isn't number 1 on my list is because I did a little research, and Short's actually from L.A., but he's obviously been in Oakland for a long time, claims Oakland. Now lives out here in Atlanta, I believe still. Been living in Atlanta for a long, long time. He had to leave Oakland because of some issue happened. I can't remember. I think it was something about a car accident and maybe like I don't know. It was something that happened, but he moved to Atlanta many, many years. Too Short's probably been in Atlanta for 15 years or maybe even more. As long as I can remember being here. This is my 20th year in the city. Shortly after I moved here, word had hit the streets that Too Short was in the A. All right, this is the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Eugene Jackson, or from That Ninja, or Leon, I'm sorry. It's different in the NBA. Unlike most sports, one player can make a major difference, which is why NBA coaches must put up with highly talented players like LBJ. I agree with that. From Fatboy McCoon, Pryor shouldn't have to change his position to get a job. Should be a starting quarterback. Fatboy McCoon, you know I feel the same way as you. I think that Terrell Pryor can play in the NFL, but like I've been saying all day long with that LeBron, David Blatt story, we aren't there every day. And I just find it hard to believe. I thought the perfect situation for Terrell Pryor was with Seattle. You know, Pete Carroll's definitely a player's guy. Pete Carroll understands athleticism. He scouted Terrell Pryor probably coming out of high school. Obviously, they run that spread-type offense with Russell Wilson. And to me, if you can have Russell Wilson or Terrell Pryor is like Russell Wilson 2.0. But the decision-making, what happens in clutch situations, all of those intangible type things come into play, I guess. And Pete Carroll couldn't use Terrell Pryor. I don't think anybody else probably could either at quarterback. That's tough to say. From Bosa, Pryor is desperate. It's over like Tiger Woods. Yeah. From Rel Scott, Pryor can come here to Philly and compete for a starting spot. That sounds like a good combination as well. Chip Kelly, and what Chip Kelly does, and Terrell Pryor. It does sound like a good match. But Chip Kelly's been around for a couple of years, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He's been around for a couple of years, and there's been opportunities, obviously, with all the teams that Terrell Pryor has been released from, for them to bring him in. They haven't done it yet. So I don't think it's going to happen, man. The truth, Doug, like you said, we are not there. He might be uncoachable. That might be another part of it as well. We don't know what his particular demeanor is. And they always use that term, coachable. Some people just don't like to be coached. Some people think they know it all, and they don't like to be coached, and that kind of rubs management the wrong way. From Grego, Jordy Nelson and Julian Edelman were both quarterbacks. Hope it works out for Pryor. Very good point. Very good point. Jordy Nelson and Julian Edelman. There's been a lot of players. Who was it? Bert Emanuel. Remember the great Bert Emanuel? He played quarterback in college. Had a long career, a wide receiver in the NFL. So it can happen. Denard Robinson converted positions as well. My man Felpay is telling me in the next chat message. Leon, if Terrell Pryor would have played wide receiver in college, he would be all pro by now. Possibly. We don't know definitively, but possibly. I mean, he has all the skills to do and be anything the hell he wants to be in the NFL. Outside of a defensive tackle, I think Terrell Pryor could play any position in the league. Offensive tackle, defensive nose guard. Outside of that, he could play linebacker. He could play inside, outside. He could probably play defensive end. He could probably damn near play. He could play safety. He could play strong safety. Maybe not cornerback. He could play running back. He could play tight end. Probably his skills say he can do all of that stuff. But it's a different story when you get on the field. We'll see. From Rel Scott Pry, unemployed. Tebow, unemployed. Confused. Or employed. Confused. Right. How is Tim Tebow employed? And somebody mentioned Chip Kelly, and a good fit would be him being, I think it was Rel Scott mentioned him earlier, and Terrell Pryor would be a good fit in Philadelphia. Yeah, Terrell Pryor unemployed, Tim Tebow unemployed, or employed, I'm sorry. And then he's got hashtag confused. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. That doesn't make any sense to me. And when Terrell Pryor was at Oakland, and they gave him the starting position, and he had a good run of games where he started, he made a lot of NFL throws. Remember now, I followed the Raiders, okay? Quasi-adopted the Raiders a couple of years ago on the show, on the Two Live Stews. Terrell Pryor made NFL throws week in and week out, and he didn't have a great team around him. I thought that you should have built around Terrell Pryor. That didn't happen. Once again, it didn't happen. They let him go. Jesse in his truck. What up, Jesse in his truck? Ain't seen you in a while. Pryor is the Black Tebow. D. Rivers, Isaac from the Love Boaters from Oakland. Yeah, I got a honorable mention list that's coming up here in a second. Stay tuned for that. From Fel Pay, I used to love Shot G as a kid. That eyeglasses with the nose was pure comedy. J-Rob, Digital Underground. D. Rivers, Doug really needs to go American Sign Language and closed caption when he sings. Wait a minute. Doug really needs to go American Sign Language. All right, so let's just move on to the next chat message here, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for all of the chat. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what went wrong with that last message. I don't get what that was all about. But thank you so much for all of the chat. I really do appreciate it. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Jesse in his truck. Pryor is not that good, but he is capable, is a capable backup. But they've already got, backups that they like better than Terrell Pryor. Yeah. I mean, in effect, what they're saying is he's not one of the top three quarterbacks on a team, on these teams that he's played for. Seattle, Cincinnati, Oakland, Kansas City. They're saying that Terrell Pryor isn't the top three quarterbacks that they have on their roster. They usually keep three quarterbacks, which is very disappointing. Y'all got to remember, Terrell scored an 8 on his Wendell test. He may have trouble with the playbook. Yeah, sad as that may sound, he may. From Fel Pay, Ricky Henderson on the Oakland list. He may not be from there, but that's where we know him from. Yeah, if we're talking about the top 5 Oakland athletes of all times, then yeah. But I'm trying to keep it, tied to the city of Oakland. You're born and bred from Oakland. The only way that the great Too Short made it is because, he is Oakland. You're right. I guess technically with me putting Too Short on the list, I kind of go outside of the scope of what I said the category was. But, Oakland is Too Short. It is. From Andre Elam, Campbell, I think, just retired, I believe. Who, Jason Campbell? From Grego, who's better, Jason Campbell or Pryor? Campbell keeps the job. Right, and maybe Jason Campbell, is just that good, like a guy that interviews great, like Mike Brown or Alvin Gentry, that they just interview great. Maybe Jason Campbell is just good in meetings and good at breaking down film and is a consummate pro. Maybe he is, because you're right. Jason Campbell has had a job forever. I don't know if he's retired or not, like somebody just mentioned, but yeah, that's a good point. From Grego, from Fatboy McCoon, Pryor is better than Fitzpatrick, who started last year. From K3000 Doug, I'm tripping off how folks call MC Hammer a sellout for dancing on a chicken commercial and doing Honey Nut Cheerios, and now that Nelly does the Honey Nut Cheerios commercial, it's called branding, and you got to get that money, man. Yeah, I understand the historical implication and stereotypes of a black man dancing on a chicken commercial. But would you have not taken a chicken commercial check from KFC? I don't know if I wouldn't do that. Now, would I have been uneasy about it? Probably. And at the same time, as well, as I said earlier, I like me some chicken too. So it's not that stereotypical to me. Everybody loves chicken. It ain't just black people, so stop that. Niner for Life Pryor has played more than Sam Bradford the last few years, sipping from failed pay. If Cleveland would have won the championship, the LeBron story would not have come out. Very good point. That's an excellent point. That's a very well said point. If they would have won the championship, the relationship between David Blatt and LeBron James, we would have never even had this conversation. Never. It's a very good point. All right, when we get back, number one person, thing, group from the city of Oakland, and we'll wrap up today's show. All right, don't go anywhere. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitment. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you. So they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic Friday, man. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Be careful out there on them streets. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. From the Doug Stewart Show, from me and Tree. Me, Tree, Waterhead. Having a lot of fun today as we do every single day, man. Thank you so much for your interactiveness with all the chat and all of that type of stuff, man. We really do appreciate it. Tiger Woods, getting your thoughts on that, your takes on Tiger Woods, David Blatt, and LeBron going at it with each other. Terrell Pryor. And it looks like, man, from reading this chat, a lot of y'all feel the same way as me, man, that Terrell Pryor can play in the league. But once again, we aren't there every single day. I mean, we've seen fantastic athletes, not stick in the NFL for whatever reason it may be. We've seen fantastic players from college not stick in the NFL for whatever reason it may be. And so it looks like another victim of that has been claimed in Terrell Pryor. But, I mean, he's being real about it. It is what it is. He figures he needs to keep trying to get these NFL checks. And if God gave him this great physical ability, he's going to go ahead and try to use it. I mean, he really exhausted all of his options, seemingly, to try to play football or quarterback in the NFL. So the man he tells his agent, we're going to move on, and I'm just going to try to latch on at wide receiver if I can. I don't think that's a bad thing. I see it as a way in you doing what you got to do. You still got time to call in if you'd like, 443-820-338. You can email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We've also been doing the top 5 Oakland people of all times, and you knew what it was, man. Number 5 on my list was Marshawn Lynch. Number 4 on my list was Keisha Cole. Number 3 was Digital Underground. Number 2 was The Great Too Short. And coming in at number 1 is the one and the only.
Yo, pump it up. It's time for the news. We getting ready to bring you the news, boy. You need to know it. It's time. I lose. All odds against me. Went through those suckers who dissed me live.
Not the greatest audio, but MC Hammer comes in at number 1.
I'm standing proud, hyping the crowd. Running my style.
And it's hard to explain to people that weren't there in, 1989, 87 or something like that when MC Hammer first hit the scene, man. Not your normal, typical rapper. I don't even know if he could even be quantified as a rapper. But MC Hammer was different. He was an entertainer. And when he hit in 89, and I'm saying 89 because I remember us really playing that, going to little parties on Friday or Saturday night when I was in college at Newberry College. I remember hearing MC Hammer for the first time. As a matter of fact, I remember going home with one of my teammates, and we went to a party, and it's crazy how you remember small things, but you don't remember anything else, what you did an hour ago or whatever. But we went to his house for the weekend, and we went to a little party in his little town, and they were playing MC Hammer, and that's probably the first time I heard it, and then I started hearing it the last couple of months of school in 89, early 90, and the dude became a phenomenon. Oakland. It always represented Oakland. The great MC Hammer. The great MC Hammer. Very talented. Not such a great rapper, lyricist, or anything like that. Really respect his talent, though, man. So number 1 on my list of top 5 Oakland people of all times is the great MC Hammer. He was actually an Oakland A's ball boy growing up. So he is definitely Oakland. Yes, sir. Let me read a couple more of your chat messages on the Doug Stewart Show. From Stagger Lee. I got to be careful when I read Stagger Lee's stuff. I already see Michael Sam's name in the damn. Okay. Stagger Lee says, Michael Sam came in on the back end of things, too. Okay. I knew it. From Uncle Mike, no issue with not agreeing with your coach, but you can't disrespect him. That's going to end badly. Oh, it's not going to end badly for LeBron James. Yeah, it's not going to end badly for LeBron James. Once again, I haven't seen LeBron, in effect, quote-unquote, disrespect David Blatt in public or on TV or where cameras caught him disrespecting what you would deem disrespecting David Blatt. You understand what I'm saying? Now, has he been tongue-lashing them at practice behind closed doors? Maybe. I think we would have heard more about that, but I haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. From Jesse in this truck, Tree must be related to Victor Hill. Immunity. No, y'all voted. Y'all voted today, man. I mean, everything's on the up and up with the voting. Thank you so much for voting for the Boiled Penis Award this week. From Stagger Lee, Tree going to get these. Oh, my gosh. How dare you say that?
Just shout out to all the dads.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, Stagger. You always run out. I talked about running out a couple of weeks ago. Stagger Lee, you always run out, bro. I mean, you're a great up-and-coming comedian, but sometimes you just run out. I mean, Tree going to get these and fill in the blank. How dare you? Tree is TDSS, okay? Remember that. Watch how you speak to her. Vince Wright, Tiger nominated today and wins. Who's doing this poll? The Florida Board of Elections. Y'all voted. Y'all voted. You have the opportunity to vote. What? I mean, what more can we do than give them a poll? Huh? Good Lord. From John Horatio Smith, Tree is Teflon. Juan Cruz, oh my, this is definitely. What? What are y'all talking about? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From the 47th Problem, Tiger, John Fisher, Tiger nominated the day of the award and wins, shaking my damn head. It's incredible to me, too. I'm just as shocked as you, sir.
Vincent started that. He put that in the chat.
Exactly.
I mean, in the group.
Yeah, so
Facebook page. So, steak. If y'all want to talk about steak throwing.
Right.
He started it. Shout out to Vince for bringing up Tiger Woods.
So Vince nominated Tiger Woods. Y'all voted for him more than anybody else. Who you mad at? It sounds like y'all mad at me, but I know that can't be the case. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Jesse in his truck, honorable mention from Oakland, D.L. Hughley. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, let me give you my honorable mention list for the Oakland people. I was going to forget all about that. So I got D.L. Hughley, Mark Curry, Mr. Cooper. Tom Hanks is actually from Oakland, California. Can you picture him hanging out with Too Short? Ted Lang, somebody mentioned him earlier. Isaac from the Love Boat. Definitely, if you're under the age of 30, you don't know who the hell that is. Gary Payton, GP, are you with me? Point guard for the Seattle Supersonics for a long time. Bruce Lee, I mentioned him earlier. The great Bruce Lee is actually from San Francisco and not Tokyo. Steve DeBerg. You remember the great Steve DeBerg that played till he was 75 years old? Steve DeBerg is from Oakland. Maurice Jones-Drew. He almost made the list. Jason Kidd is from Oakland. Damian Lillard, point guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. And the great J.R. Isaiah Ryder is from Oakland as well. From Dobie, the fake black mom woman got to get the BPA. She didn't get it. Y'all didn't vote her for it. The truth, Oakland people won Too Short, 2 E40. J-Rob Doug, I'm not sure the Tree's intro for the BPA nomination. Yeah, it's very questionable if you listen to it very well. From Leon, name one successful NFL quarterback who scored 10 or less on the Wonderlic. I'll wait. I think Dan Marino scored like very low on it. I'm not sure if it was below 10, but Dan Marino definitely scored low on it. From Stagger Lee, Terrell Pryor's so dumb, Tim Tebow got a job he don't. Somebody mentioned that earlier. I hope that's not the case. The truth, Pryor is a good player, but he put up good numbers in Oakland, but he might be hard to coach. Yeah, it's all speculation on why Terrell Pryor doesn't have a job in the NFL. With the advent, not really the advent, it wasn't created, these athletic-style quarterbacks. With the acceptance, I guess is a better word, of more athletic-style quarterbacks in the NFL and these particular offenses like the spread offense or what have you, and the success these guys have had, you would think Terrell Pryor could find a job in the league. There's obviously a reason. Maybe you could argue it after 1 or 2 times, but after 4 times you getting released, then you got to start to look in the mirror. That's just real. I mean, that's just real. Now, I'm a Terrell Pryor fan, but it's got to be the man in the mirror at this point. It's got to be the man in the mirror, Jack. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. I really do appreciate it. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You got kids, happy Father's Day. They may not love you, but Doug Stewart does. Shouts out to the Tree of Life.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
There you go. Thank you, Tree. Thank you. Also, shouts out to Waterhead, Walter, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers. Thank y'all so much for doing what you do and getting the Doug Stewart Show on air across the world. All of the Stewies, thank you. I love you. You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show at thedougstewartshow.com. $20 or more, we'll send you a T-shirt. We'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same The Doug Stewart Show channel. Peace.